we are. We're going to go to that news conference right now at Essex High School.
Subject who indicated that unless we met certain demands that he was going to do harm at the Essex High School. He advised that he had weapons and had explosives. So officers from the surrounding communities, the State Police, Colchester Police, Burlington Police, South Burlington Police, Colchester Police, and other area partners responded to the area. We did a cursory check of the perimeter of the school, and then we did a check of the interior of the school. There was no known threat that was located either outside, no weapons, no person that had a weapon inside the school. And at this point, we are working with school officials to provide for release of the school, which had been in lockdown, and we are going to reunite students with parents. And we continue to maintain security at the school, both outside and inside. We continue to provide coverage for the other community schools. And right now we are kind of shifting into investigation mode to see who made the call and what the motivations were, and to apprehend that person.
And again, just to reiterate, you said that they claimed to be armed with both firearms and explosives, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So there are no threats, package threats of any kind?
Excuse me?
Any package threats? You guys did not find any packages or anything like that?
We didn't locate any. We have the Vermont State Police bomb squad here. They are assisting us in checking anything that appears to be suspicious, and we're working closely with them, as well as local, state, and federal agencies.
Do you believe this man is a student?
Excuse me?
Do you believe this person is a student?
Well, we have information that we have to follow up on. It's too early to say who the suspect may be.
You said that they made demands. Can you say anything about the nature of the demands?
Right now, I don't want to mention that because, like I said, it's an ongoing investigation. Some information does need to be kept secret, and we certainly don't want to tip our hats, but we do want to let the community know things that are important for them to have right now.
What time did the threat come in?
9:58 this morning.
Did you go into lockdown?
I believe it was shortly after. I don't have an exact time.
And when were parents officially informed of the lockdown?
The school district notified parents via the text system, and I don't know what time that message went out.
We saw a negotiator on scene. Was that, were his skills used today to de-escalate the situation at all?
We have used the skills of negotiators to talk to the caller.
You said that you had maintained contact with the caller through at least part of the day. Were you not able to identify them via those communications?
Not yet.
How many people are in the building?
I couldn't answer that question. That would be one for the school. It was a regular school day, so.
Do you know where the call was coming from?
Don't want to answer that right now.
Are you still in contact right now?
No.
Do you have information about how the school day is going to end for these students? Are they going to be able to leave on time?
Yes.
They're being asked to leave now, is that correct?
Not sure if they're being asked to leave now or if they will be early dismissal, but not quite at closing time. It's still in the works.
Okay. But you're expecting an early dismissal, is that?
I'm not sure how early it can be, depending on how much more the officers need to do to make sure that the outside of the school is safe.
Since you don't know who made this threat, is it possible that they could make yet another threat maybe tomorrow?
Sure, that's entirely possible.
Is it also possible that there's still danger at this time?
Well, we know that what we did, I mean, that certainly leaves the unknown still that something could happen.
This person you said the threats of violence were specific. How specific?
They were specific to the Essex High School and certain demands. They were not involving other schools, other areas in the community.
Specific to individuals working at the high school or just the school?
Excuse me?
Was it specific to individuals working or students at the school? Or just the
No,
school?
it was directed at the school.
We saw some armed police officers here at Essex High School. Were there armed police officers at other schools that were under lockdown?
We have a presence at other schools now. Certainly, we didn't have armed officers at the schools when the call came in, and most of our efforts were directed here initially.
Do you plan to keep police presence at this school or other schools in the area for the rest of the week?
I don't know about the rest of the week. We do plan on maintaining a presence for some time to come.
Once they switched to a lockout, we noticed that the bomb squad pulled up after that. So what was the need to call them in after the situation had potentially de-escalated?
Well, it was a precautionary measure that we took, and we tend to want them to be here sooner rather than later in case we have a suspicious package that needs to be checked.
What kind of charges is this individual looking at potentially?
There's a variety of charges from just calling in a bomb threat to, depending on how much intent was there. Was there an actual plan to do some harm?
How did the students cooperate with officials? Was it as smooth to work with them, or were they more distraught than you thought they would be?
We did not get involved in the lockdown situation of the school. The students followed the teachers and the staff protocol, and from what I understand, that went well. Our officers checking the school did not encounter any problems with students.
Have there been similar situations like this in recent years at Essex High School?
We've had bomb threats. This was a little more elaborate, I'd say, than some of the other ones we've had.
What do you mean by that?
More detail, specific caller making a call to the police station and giving more information than the school's going to blow up or something like that.
Like specific times, specific areas of the school? Is that what you mean?
I can't answer that right now.
What's next for you guys for the rest of the day?
Well, the rest of the day will be a combination of maintaining security at the schools until the students are reunited with their parents and conducting an investigation to find out who's responsible for this.
You'll let us know if there's an arrest?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.